Hi guys, and welcome to another film review. Today we're going to be looking at the Netflix film La Luna, which happens to be Singapore's submission for the 97th Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. La Luna is a comic and satirical film set in a religiously conservative village in Malaysia. Hani is the main character, and she is coming to the village from Dubai in order to open up a new shop, thanks to a government-backed scheme to encourage commerce and tourism. However, this shop is very different to others in the village. It sells women's lingerie. The film therefore explores this conflict between religious orthodoxy and tradition versus female liberation and feminism, even though it's quite mild by looking at the sexual relations between a husband and his wife. In this video, I'm going to review the film and exploring these concepts. I will also look at how well La Luna could do in the Oscar race. So let's roll and review that film. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Paul. I review the best of world cinema, and I follow the race for Best International Feature Film Academy Award, from countries selecting their submission to the final winner. La Luna is Singapore's official submission for the Oscars. However, I don't think it's the quality of film that will make the final 15 shortlist. The film does have some charm, and have some great comic and satirical moments, in particular exploring this gender inequality issue, such as when the men of the village are supergluing coverings over women's hair in fashion magazines. This is great satirical commentary on female inequality and feminism. I really appreciate that, especially from the society it's coming from. This film has such important messages around religious traditions and gender inequality and feminism that I really hope resonates with the communities that are going to watch this and Netflix are going to push towards. However, while I do really appreciate the message it's portraying within the society it's created in, it doesn't quite hit the same for Western audiences. A lot of the jokes and social commentary are very much for a domestic audience. So there's no way of getting around it, but this is not for me. I am not their target audience. The narrative is particularly pedestrian. It doesn't require much thought processes and contains elements of jeopardy as expected, with a fairly predictable ending. This is comfort watching at its finest. The audience is not asked to do interpretation, and there's no symbolism or high art elements to this. This is a good, accessible Netflix film, and Netflix is probably the rightful home for it. It's not particularly cinematic, and it's hard to actually distinguish it from your regular TV series that feature on Netflix. There's nothing particularly groundbreaking in the direction, and the actors are doing what they're asked for, nothing more, nothing less. I think one of the main barriers for me enjoying this film is the fact there's no elevation or nuance, and it just makes it very run-of-the-mill, which decreases my enjoyment value. This is an extremely accessible film with clear messages for particular communities within Southeast Asia. It's delivering what it intends to, which makes it very hard for me to judge because I'm not the right audience for it. While it's not my preference, I know its heart's in the right place, and that's probably very important for a lot of viewers. There are just different types of films, some for cinephiles, which look at the sort of more arts element of cinema, while others are just meant to be for your everyday audience that are fully accessible and does not require much from the viewer. For me, La Luna is in the latter. I will therefore give La Luna 2 stars, and I would rank it 14th out of the 14 Oscar submissions I've seen for Best International Feature Film. So let's have a look at how well it could do in the Oscar race. This is actually Singapore's 18th submission, and they've yet to have a win, a film nominated, or even get to the final 15 shortlist. Their first submission was in 1959 for The Kingdom and the Beauty. However, Singapore had to wait until 2005 before submitting again, with the excellent Be With Me. Pretty much since then, they have submitted almost every year. One of the most featured directors for Singapore is the excellent Anthony Chen, who has submitted films for Singapore such as Ilo Ilo and The Breaking Ice, both which I really enjoyed. When Singapore submits these sort of films, I have a feeling they're on the cusp of making that shortlist. So there's great hope one day Singapore will progress in the Oscar race. Unfortunately, I don't personally see La Luna making that 15 title shortlist. It hasn't quite got the quality of previous Singapore submissions. So I don't think it's going to be that record-breaking submission this year. However, I do see them one day making that 15 title shortlist, maybe even get nominated. They just need to have the right film with a particular type of storytelling and aesthetics. So if you want to see how La Luna does in the Oscar race, or follow the Oscar race more generally, please do like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, Global Film Paul.